Seneca's De Vita Beata, Episode 9. Nocet enim ad plicardri antecedentibus et dum unus quisque ma vult credere quam judicardre, num quam de vita judicatur, semper creditur versatque nos, et precipitat traditus per manus erdror, alienus perdrimus, exemplis, sanabimur si separdremur modo a coitu. Nunc vero stat contra rationem defensor mali sui populus. Seneca here is discussing the dangers of following the mob when it comes to moral and ethical decisions of the kind that concern De Vita Beata, the happy or blessed life. For, he says, ad plicari. And this is a present, passive, infinitive. And as infinitives are verbal nouns, this one is the subject of nocet. For becoming entangled in those who have gone before us antecedentibus is harmful. And while each person, here's our masculine singular nominative subject, each person prefers to trust the opinions of others rather than form his own judgments, because that is the case, a judgment is never made concerning life. Now, judicatur here is being used as an impersonal verb. It is third, singular, present, indicative, and passive. A judgment is never formed concerning life. Trust is always exercised. It is always believed, to put it woodenly. Trust is always exercised. And an error, that is traditus per manus. An error, a mistake. This is a moral judgment that has been handed down from hand to hand, per manus, wraps us up, trips us up, versat nos, engages us, and casts us headlong, precipitat, brings us into a time of danger. But notice how Seneca's word order here delays until the final position in the sentence to give us the subject. And it entangles us, we wonder what the subject is, and casts us headlong, namely something that has been passed down from hand to hand, i.e., error. Of course, this is related to the verb erro, errare, which means to go astray or to wander off, a verb form that we saw in a previous episode, previous part of this essay. We are destroyed, perdrimus alienis exemplis, from the examples of others we perish. This is from the verb pereo, perire, fourth conjugation verb, which means to die or be destroyed or to perish. So by other persons' bad examples of not living morally, we are ruined. We shall be healed, he says, sanabimur, if we should come apart just a little bit from the mob. Now, sanabimur is first plural, future, indicative, and active, and separemur is first plural, present, subjunctive, and active. This is a mixed conditional. The protasis, or the C clause, has a present subjunctive, and the apodosis, or the then clause, has a future indicative, and this constitutes what's often called a mixed conditional. Come apart just a little bit, modo, from the mob, the crowd like this one here. In keeping with standard Stoic doctrine, Seneca conceives of lapses in moral judgments as a kind of disease from which we must be healed, sanabimur. And now he says, now truly there stands against reason, as a defender of its own wickedness, the people. Populus is the subject of stat, and it has defensor as an appositive.